Tonight on Garbage Time Fantasy Football, we bring you the Best Ball Mania Draft, sponsored by, what is it, Ryan? Do you know our sponsor? Just kidding, they're not our sponsor. It is time for the Best Ball Draft. It's time for Garbage Time. Welcome into Garbage Time Fantasy Football. Tonight it is me, Joe, and I am joined by Ryan. And if you didn't get by that awkward introduction, Ryan, we are not sponsored by Underdog, correct?
Right, that's why I didn't answer. I knew it was a trick question.
All right, guys, if you like what you hear on Garbage Time Fantasy Football, make sure to like and subscribe to the show here on YouTube. We also are live on Twitch and Twitter, and you can listen to us in audio formats on Apple, Spotify, Google, Pandora, Amazon, Iheartradio, and anywhere else you get podcasts. Also, leave us voice and hate mails at www.garbagetimeft.com. Ryan, you ready to get into some news really quick?
Let's do it.
News updates.
The news I've got for you tonight is that Isaiah Pacheco went into a few offseason surgeries, but is expected to be ready for week 1. Do you have any concerns for him, Ryan?
No, not really. I think they're showing that he's their guy. And the rumors surrounding CEH where he's kind of a cut candidate. I definitely think Pacheco's their guy.
Okay, and with them re-signing McKinnon in that backfield and them making no other moves in that backfield to even speak for, do you really feel confident that he could be a very good fantasy running back this year?
I think so. Just because of the red zone touches that he's likely to be able to get. I mean, obviously the Chiefs aren't a huge running team, but I feel like he'd be a strong RB2 candidate.
All right, I have a little bit of news I've got for today, which was kind of a very surprising signing. Was Foster Moreau ended up having health issues last year, ended up having some blood clotting issues, and we didn't really know if he was going to sign this offseason. Surprisingly, gets a 3-year contract from the Saints. So I wanted to get your thoughts on what this is going to end up doing to the Saints tight end room, and you lost any confidence in any of their other weapons in this offense because of this 3-year contract?
Yeah, it bummed me out a little bit because, I was pretty high on Juwan Johnson this offseason. And Foster Moreau is coming over from the Raiders, so he'll have that rapport built. And I think it'll be interesting, what his medical situation is going forward, if he really, is able to play the whole season or whatever. But I definitely do think it makes Juwan Johnson take a little bit of a ding.
It's definitely going to be interesting. We'll talk about some other stuff here, too, while I'm waiting for the queue on the Underdog draft to fill up here. We're still waiting on 6 people in it. So you gave me an interesting take here about Cooper Kupp. Why don't you give me your thoughts on Cooper Kupp and what do you think he's going to actually do this year? This isn't really news relevant, but we're still waiting for 4 people in this queue. So give me something here.
Well, so obviously I was down on Cooper Kupp last season, and I was wrong. He's still got all of his, his touches and things like that. But the ankle injury did cut his season a little short. I don't see it as sustainable. I mean, obviously it's been showing that is not a winning method for the Rams.
Yeah.
And he's going to be 30. I'm not buying into it this year. I think he's going to go way too soon. And I don't think what he's done the past 2 years has been sustainable.
Nice thought. And with that, Ryan, you ready to do a draft?
Yes, let's do it.
I cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it. I want winners.
Winners.
Just under a minute here, and the idea, I'm going to explain this for like the 4th time to Ryan, is in a best ball draft, you select your best lineups with players with best upside, trying to get some nice coordination with your teams and maybe selecting quarterbacks or wide receivers, vice versa, and getting some unique players that other players aren't going to have. So it's 12-person leagues, and it's $3 million in the Best Ball Mania underdog draft. And you draft the team, you leave it alone, you don't have to set your lineup, so it's 20-something rounds. And up to that point, all you do is watch it every single week and hope that your team takes the highest score in your top 12 and among all the other underdog players who are playing in the Best Ball Mania draft. So you want to draft for upside, as I said, Ryan, and you want to really lay it out there. And as we see off the board right here really quick on these 30-second cues, Justin Jefferson goes off the board very quickly.
No surprise.
Off the board after that was Christian McCaffrey, and Aguilar 19 is on the clock. Top players on the board, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, Travis Kelce. In best ball, too, typically you want to take wide receivers early, I think, in these formats because a lot of them can get thrown into those slots. And I know you like taking wide receivers early.
I do. Jamar Chase, also not surprising. Kelce.
Looks like you have the board up for us. Trying to remember here how to pull up the board. We are 4 picks away from where we need to select.
All right. Tyreek Hill goes. Cooper Kupp. There it is.
3 picks away, dude. It's this button over here. There we go. Now we're rolling here.
There it is.
So what's your thoughts here? What do you want to do in a best ball draft to try to have a unique play set here?
I agree with you with the wide receiver. So I'm really kind of eyeing, maybe like an AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Stephon Diggs area.
Mm-hmm. Bijan Robinson goes off the board next. Spartan and Stephon Diggs. And that puts us on the clock here. AJ Brown, Davante Adams, Austin Eckler, CeeDee Lamb, Jonathan Taylor, Garrett Wilson. What's your thoughts here?
I'm thinking AJ Brown. I mean, he was a stud last year. They're going to keep
AJ
going.
Brown went off the board, so we can't have him, son.
Oh, he just went.
Yeah,
Oh.
Austin Eckler? Or do you want Davante Adams? Got 27 seconds. Jonathan Taylor's there, CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson. I'm on Russ St. Brown.
I'm going to lean Austin Eckler, I think.
All right, we'll take the running back. Let's do it. First round, Austin Eckler. All right, doing that now, though, I think we're going to want to hit the wide receivers heavy and often unless we want to try to get those stacks.
Yes. Davante Adams. CeeDee Lamb, Davante Adams go right after Jonathan Taylor.
We're 1 pick away. How you feeling about Garrett? How you feeling about Garrett Wilson here? I'm on Ross St. Brown's there, and so is Josh Allen. You can also get Patrick Mahomes. What's your thoughts?
I'm liking Garrett Wilson. Getting an obvious upgrade at quarterback. He was a stud last year with garbage throwing him the ball. So
kind of feel like it's someone we could throw into a stack later too. So let's draft Garrett Wilson. He's a favorite of mine, and Ryan's liking him this year, even though he's on an enemy team. Off the board after that is Amon-Ra St. Brown. So as we've seen, Jossie's team has taken 2 wide receivers very early. And like I said, they go off the board fast and furious here.
Yep.
Chris Olave goes very shortly. It's going to be very interesting to see where these 2 wide receivers fall in these drafts this year. And as you can see, Ryan, there is 18 rounds to select your players. So you want a deep wide receiving core, potentially 5 or 6. You probably want 4 running backs. You definitely want 2 or 3 quarterbacks at this position because it's going to be best available, and there is bye weeks too. And then you can look at tight end as well, where you can potentially get a positional advantage. First quarterback goes off the board there, Josh Allen. Do you think he's going to be the top fantasy scorer this year?
I don't know, man. I mean, I really like Jalen Hurts this year. Justin Fields really came into it at the end of the year with his rushing ability. Patrick Mahomes is always there. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a shoo-in for the number 1 spot. That's for sure. It will be interesting though to see when a run on quarterback start, because you definitely want to get like probably that top 5 range.
It might be starting now. Patrick Mahomes just went off the board as well.
Yep.
So, Ryan, most important question here, too. When we win the $3 million, what are you going to do with your half?
Ooh. I don't know. Buy my own island.
Warner Island.
Mm-hmm.
Off the board after that goes Jalen Waddle and Jalen Hurts. So now we have 3 of the top quarterbacks going off the board here, too. And interestingly enough, the winner of the Best Ball Mania last year, Ryan, didn't have great QBs. He made up with the positional differences with the wide receivers.
Hey,
He had some mid-tier quarterbacks, so it's an interesting strategy. Tony Pollard goes off the board after that right here at the 2-10.
that's
You're still 11 picks away and a long way to go.
Yeah, that's what. It's the bummer about being towards like the tail end, kind of like you get the 2 fast turnaround picks, but then you're waiting for a bit.
Yeah, there goes Derrick Henry at the 2-11. Do you think this is going to be Derrick Henry's last strong year, and they're going to be looking to move on from him after that, or what do you think his future is?
I think so. Like 300 rushing attempts a season or whatever insane thing he's been doing is not sustainable. And Nick Chubb goes off the board. Davante Smith.
Anything you're liking really here early besides our team? Obviously.
Having Justin Jefferson, Nick Chubb, and Davante Smith is a pretty good start for the number 1 guy there.
There's EJ. He didn't want to join us tonight because he's had a long day, but he's at least here in spirit in the comments. Here to criticize all the wrong picks that we made.
Deebo Samuel.
We're going to be getting those nice stacks tonight, EJ. That's what we're going for. At least that's the thought. We'll see if we've learned anything from your underdog drafts that we've done with you.
Josh Jacobs.
It's going a little bit running back heavy there.
T. Higgins.
So what were you saying you were liking here, Ryan?
The first guy, I mean, he has a good start, but also having the number 1 pick, it is going to look good early. It's just going to be seeing how that works out towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Tony Pollard went a little soon. I could be wrong, but it seems a little early. Travis Kelce, Jalen Hurts, T. Higgins, that's not bad. Ramondre Stevenson goes. It's interesting. Breece Hall.
Our advisor here in the comments, EJ, says, do the skinny stack. The 3-5-7-3 build makes sense with this start. Why don't you lay that out in the comments a little bit more, AJ, and then we'll explain it in a little more detail. One Force is stacking Week 17 matchup already. So what are you thinking, EJ? Give us a little bit more detail in the comments. Breece Hall goes off the board right there, too. Ryan, what are you wanting to do right here?
Ooh, DK Metcalf. You got there's the available board. All right.
Seeing anything you're liking here?
You could take Lamar Jackson, just sign a big contract, might be trying to prove a point. Give us one of those, top 5 quarterbacks.
Some potential there for that there too. The top options on the board here: Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, Joe Burrow. There is the wide receiver stack there too with Amari Cooper, Calvin Ridley, Mike Williams,
DeAndre Hopkins.
What do you think? Do you want to go a nice balanced approach here?
Yeah, I think Lamar.
Go to the comments real quick here. All right, we're going to go Lamar.
Then we'll have a quick turnaround here.
Absolutely.
What we got for wide receivers right now?
Calvin Ridley, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, Mike Williams, DeAndre Hopkins.
Any of that you loving?
Yeah, there's a few things in there I'm not minding. At the running back position here too. Move up there. Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders.
What are you thinking? I'll let you do this one.
I'm thinking another wide receiver here.
Yep.
Let's go with Mike Williams. I've already got the running back here, so we're going to start that stack. How's that sound?
Words for me. As long as he stays healthy, he'll be good. And like you said, wide receivers go pretty heavy in this kind of league.
Let's see what AJ's got here down in the comments.
Christian Watson, Amari Cooper.
104 is Week 17 stacking with the only matchup we know so far because the schedule was released: the Bengals versus the Chiefs. Week 17 means that he built this team so far for the finals advance, and his team advanced that far. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a badass matchup in Week 17. Obviously, we'll have to see if there's anything on the line in that spot too. Ryan, you liking this build so far? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't mind it. We got a top quarterback. We got a wide receiver one already, possibly 2 wide receiver ones. We got an RB one, so I'm liking it so far.
Mark Andrew goes off the board and DeAndre Hopkins. Something else we could have done, though, and we kind of overlooked it there, was stacking Mark Andrews with Lamar Jackson. We didn't go that route, but
yeah, that's true.
We can catch some stuff on the fly later. That's all right.
Any concern with DeAndre Hopkins, though, with Kyler Murray likely not being available at the start of the year?
Yeah, I kind of think that offense is going to suck ass, to be honest. I'm not that impressed with it. What's your thoughts on that offense?
I completely agree. Like, the Arizona players do not excite me this year. As far as this kind of league, or even doing a redraft, because I mean, has there been a timetable out for him yet? Like what?
I think honestly he's looking at half the year potentially.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a long time in fantasy land.
Off the board after that was Burrow and Jerry Jeudy. Some interesting builds here to begin with. We see Jossie 22. I kind of like the build of his team, the way it's going. AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Christian Watson. He's taken a heavy wide receiver approach. We see a lot of balanced running back wide receiver approaches. So far, ours is pretty balanced, I think, with 2 wide receivers, 1 running back, and a QB. Anything standing out to you here, Ryan?
No, no, not right now. Definitely seeing a lot of teams go very heavy on wide receiver. I mean,
yeah, you're seeing that on the turn with the guy that picked first too, picking
4
Drake
wide
London and
receivers.
Terry McLaurin.
I mean, we have guys with 3 or 4 wide receivers already.
And I think you're going to see that trend continue right here too. The Kool-Aid Kid is still on the clock. George Kittle comes off the board next. Justin Herbert. So we going to dip back into the wide receivers, or are we going to go look at running back?
Check running back. Aaron Jones isn't bad, but like you mentioned, wide receivers are getting taken a lot right now.
I like Dameon Pierce down there too. Did he just get selected?
No, he hasn't been selected yet. Dalvin Cook's hanging out down there. I think a lot of those rumors are kind of hurting his stock a little bit. So I don't hate Dalvin Cook either.
Dameon Pierce and Kenneth Walker go next. So we're 3 picks away. So what are you liking on this board, Ryan? I said this is going to be a combo option, so you're going to be up next here.
Oof.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. Don't stress. Aaron Jones is interesting because do you think they have to establish the run game a lot with having Jordan Love there? They don't have to lean on him a lot.
So you're liking yourself some Aaron Jones potentially if he's there in 2 picks?
Yeah, I think Aaron Jones or Dalvin Cook, I think is what I'm. Let's go.
We're on the clock. So what should we go with?
Go Aaron Jones.
Okay.
Lock it in.
All right, now we're 4 picks away. What do you want on the turn?
It's your turn, right? This is a combo.
Putting the pressure on me here now, huh? Austin Eckler, Garrett Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Mike Williams. Okay. Let's see what we got a wide receiver.
I don't hate Brandon Ayuk. George Pickens having a 2nd-year quarterback. Jordan Addison's still up there. I mean, a rookie, but
I agree. I think we definitely got to go wide receiver here, though.
Should find himself open frequently with Justin Jefferson.
Ooh. What about getting a differential there? Kyle Pitts.
Well,
Oh, just taken. I can't do it.
No.
All right, to the wide receiver we go then. Let's see what's top one on the board here. 26 seconds left. I'm thinking, man, he's kind of a differential there. I got 17 seconds. No pressure here, right?
Nope. You're not on the clock or anything.
No, let's go with Mike Evans. I think we're going to take Mike Evans.
Okay. Oh, it's not your turn yet.
Nope, auto pick for me. Damn it, Miles Sanders. I took too long. So Miles Sanders is our pick, unfortunately. Shit, man. That 30 seconds is tough. All right, so we got 3 running backs here. Austin Eckler, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders. With the F up, Ryan. What are we going to do on the turn?
I'm thinking we'll definitely have to go wide receiver.
EJ was saying Pickens, Burks, Tony is what he would have gone with in that spot.
They are saying Tony. They're viewing Tony as their wide receiver 1, so that will be interesting. And let's see if any of them are available when we get on the turn. Just kind of like what you and I were debating. George Pickens goes right off. I don't know if I love the Mike Evans pitch. Can you remind me who's their quarterback now?
It's Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, so I don't know if I love the Mike Evans idea, but we'll see.
All right, so he said we're going to queue up some guys here too, so that's actually a really good idea. So Treylon, how you feeling about Jahan Dotson? Good queue?
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Any of these other wide receivers you want to queue up?
Hold on. Your screen or my screen's frozen right now, so I can't see anything.
Darius Tony, Marquise Hollywood Brown, Treylon Burks, Deontay Johnson, Gabe Davis, Brandon Cook, John Doxson, Quentin Johnson, Zay Flowers, Michael Thomas, Cortland Sutton, Jameson Williams are the ones that are on the top. Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham, Elijah Moore.
Okay. Oh my God.
I'm queuing up him because he'd be a decent stack at that position too. That would be Zay Flowers, someone we could package with Lamar Jackson, should he make it that far. And they're at running back while Ryan is on his way out, apparently. Top running backs are Cam Akers, Rashad White, James Conner. So it looks like I'm doing this for myself until Ryan gets back in, which I've got absolutely no problem doing. The top ones I've got on the board, one of them was just taken, was Treylon Burks. So leaving a few guys queued up here. I'm going to go back to the wide receiver position because that's desperately what we need here in this spot. Brown's not a bad selection, I don't believe either. Welcome back, Ryan.
It's guaranteed my computer's going to kick me off at least once a stream.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's see. So this is what we're looking at. Marquise Brown, I don't hate. Brandon Cooks is always consistent.
Do you think he would be in Dallas, though?
I mean, who else they got? They got CeeDee Lamb there, obviously.
Yep.
Let's see. We got Wilson and Mike Williams right now. We got 3 running backs. We got Lamar Jackson.
We're plenty good at running back.
Yeah, Arizona still makes me nervous, like we talked about. I'm trying to think. What do you think of Zay Flowers?
I kind of think that's the one if we get to that pick that I really want to select because I want to pair him up with Lamar Jackson because good chance if Lamar Jackson does good in fantasy, Zay Flowers has the potential going off that week, and that's where your scoring high is on that combo. So you want to kind of start picking up pieces in that offense potentially.
So that's my pick if he's available when we get to him. Lock me in for Zay Flowers.
Any other backups that you'd like to queue up in that spot?
I think the Jahan Dotson backup is solid.
Yeah, it's a decent one too. We've already got 2 weapons in that offense too, so that's another option. If one explodes or doesn't go off, the other one may. All right, so I'm ready to queue up Zay Flowers here. I really like that stack.
Yep,
so
let's take it.
Zay Flowers is going to be our pick in that spot. And then you get the turn. Who else you want me looking at? More wide receivers? You wanting to see what's at tight end too?
Let's see what's at tight end. Just to what's popping up. We got Evan Ingram there. I don't mind him, but do we think he'd be available later?
It's 3 picks away. And then going down farther in the tight ends, Pat Fryermuth, Evan Ingram, Dalton Kincaid. There's still some interesting ones here. I think we should be looking at wide receiver, but that's up to you.
Let's go back to wide receiver.
You had mentioned Quentin Johnson, too. That's an interesting one to queue up. What's your thoughts on Thomas, Rashad Bateman, Jameson Williams, Cortland Sutton, Odell, Elijah Moore?
Jameson Williams is out, what, sits James?
Mm-hmm.
So that's Jahan Dotson just went off the board.
Yep.
Michael Thomas, it's just like, will he ever be healthy?
Yep. You want to go tight end here?
Let's go.
Go ahead. Get 20 seconds. Better hurry.
I like Quentin Johnson. Let's go Quentin Johnson. Take another wide receiver.
You got it. Quentin Johnson off the board for us.
Right, I think we can. I think Fryermuth is going to be available again.
Okay. Got 17 picks away from that turn now. So
Charbonnet, interesting. Jamal Williams.
So Javonte Williams goes off the board too. Thoughts, Ryan, on this draft so far?
I just don't like that Seattle backfield.
I really don't like that I got queued up with Miles Sanders. I really wanted a wide receiver there and kind of screwed myself, I felt like.
Yeah, I don't want to make you feel bad, but I hate that Miles Sanders.
Who knows? Maybe that'll be the one that wins us the $3 million.
What if it is, though? What if it is?
An auto pick because my ass couldn't pick in 30 seconds.
We will always say that it was intentional.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing but a genius. Usually we have minutes to make our selection and research what we want. All right, let's get some more stuff queued up.
All right, yeah, let's hop over to tight ends. You know, Anthony Richardson could be.
I instantly queued him up as soon as I saw him. I don't think he'll make it back to us with 14 picks to go, but he's interesting.
Fryermuth, definitely like him.
Kincaid's interesting. I like Kincaid.
Kincaid, you know, Buffalo moved up to get him for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Schultz.
Yep, Okinoku. He had like a killer end of the year last year.
His ADP is significantly less though, so I think we don't have to worry about that. Any other wide receivers or QBs you want to look at too? Because you should probably start looking for your second QB here pretty soon too.
I think Anthony Richardson, 7 QB, would be solid if he made that to us.
Which he didn't. He's already been selected. So nope.
The Odell, OBJ is interesting.
Just because we already have the Baltimore players.
Yep.
I agree with that. We want to continue that stack. That may be a selection here.
Let's see. What else? Aaron Rodgers.
I'm queuing that one up for.
It's possible.
We're 8 picks away. I actually really like that pick, honestly.
Yeah, this next one's going to be you.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. You know, we're just remember 30 seconds.
Our wide receiver just went off the board too.
There's OBJ right there. Daniel Jones goes before Aaron Rodgers.
I'm shocked.
Gotta
give it to the Jets fan, right?
Yeah, right. I do like Fryermuth though, man, and I like Kincaid as well.
Yeah. We are 4 picks away.
So but you know, Rodgers does have the higher ADP, so if you want to snag him because you think he might be stolen in that turnaround, I get that too.
I mean, if him and Garrett Wilson go off, it could be absolutely fantastic. But we're still 5 picks away, so it's potentially something that might not happen. Bateman's there. I don't really like Rashad Bateman this year. I mean, he's maybe someone if he falls farther down, we could pick up.
Alexander Madison goes.
Okay. I don't think we're really good at running back right now, I think.
I don't like Juju at New England. Alan Lazard, I don't know. I feel like that was just to make Rodgers happy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like Jacoby Myers in the Raiders, I don't think. Tyler Boyd is interesting.
He is interesting. cue him up too.
Yeah, it's just someone to keep an eye on.
And if you must know, EJ, I already have him queued up.
Oh yeah. 3 pits away. I think Rodgers is gonna be the one if he's there.
If he's still there.
He's
going to get sniped right in front of us.
Jamison Williams.
Oh, he just, of course. 2 picks away.
That's EJ.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. So what's the pick here?
I like Freiermuth, but it's your show.
Yeah, I think Freiermuth's the one to hit here. Need our first tight end. Let's go with Freiermuth. Maybe hit a QB on the way back to our number 2.
Yeah, who do we got on QBs?
Geno Smith there, Jared Goff, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I really like Jared Goff, to be honest. I don't know what's your thoughts on him.
He was a top 10 quarterback top 10 quarterback last year, I believe. There goes Rashad Bateman. Kyler's going to be out 6 weeks, so I mean that's going to be a wait.
Mm-hmm.
There was Geno Smith, Russell Wilson, just no. Yeah, I'm thinking Jared Goff, probably have Jared Goff, just someone that that we'll get some consistency with.
I think he's a decent QB2 option if he's not sniped right in front of it. Now that I keep saying it, I think he's really the best option still left on the board right here. I think he should be our number 2 as well. We're 1 pick away, man.
1 pick away. Get that draft button ready.
Oh, I'm ready. And Miami man is probably going to take our guy.
No more auto pets. Nope. He took the rookie running back to Miami.
Oh yeah, A-Chain. It's a good pick. All right, now we're 18 picks away. So what else are we going to be queuing up down here?
I don't hate Mingo with Young.
All right, we can hit that one up. I do not hate Mingo either. Dalton Schultz, I think we can focus on that later.
Yeah, there'll be some tight ends left.
What about Juju? He's the number 1 wide receiver of the Patriots, but it's so tough.
Right now, I would be interested in him this late because I do think he's the wide receiver 1 there. Hyatt for the Giants, though, that's an interesting one.
You're going for high ceiling 2, and Rashee Rice was a favorite of the Hall of Fame, or should I say future Hall of Fame quarterback of the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Not that he's very good at necessarily picking wide receivers out there. He also wanted them to draft Sky Moore, which went awesome last year. But you're looking for high upside and best volume here and a best ball to score the highest. So he's someone else we can queue up in this.
I think Rice and Hyatt definitely, if you're looking at ceilings, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, I'm not super interested in their wide receivers. Sorry, JJ.
We got running back here too. See what's left on the board. I mean, Penny's really interesting. Jamal Williams is out there. He's kind of a hog, and I mean,
P. Ryan's probably going to be a starter for at least the first couple of weeks.
He honestly doesn't interest me. I mean, if you want to potentially take him, you could do that, I guess, but I don't really find him all interesting.
Jamal Williams, just because of the red zone presence.
Mm-hmm. You want me to queue up Jamal Williams?
You can queue him up, but I'm still really liking Rice or Hyatt, I think.
Well, we still have 12 picks away, so let's pick some other wide receivers in the spot then too. Don't need a QB.
It looks like Juju was selected. Oh, maybe it wasn't.
Anything tickling your fancy down this list?
Let's see. Curtis Samuel. I mean, he was up and down last year.
I think we can get him a lot later, though.
Yeah, I think so too. Sky Moore just went. Zay Jones is interesting.
Our two guys are still there, 8 picks away.
Yep.
And I'm not really liking the value here at the wide receiver spot, too.
Not a ton. One of those two guys that we've got queued up, I like, but if they come off, we'll have to get a little creative. Mooney just went. How do you think Elijah Moore does over in Cleveland?
He's sneaky. He's very sneaky there. He had a bad year last year, but didn't get along with the coaching staff. Just had a really down year. The value is there, obviously, with him. He could be their number 2 wide receiver. Definitely interesting. One of our picks just went to.
Jacoby Myers at Las Vegas doesn't interest me at all.
Okay.
Is this PPR?
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe. I mean, he's a, slot guy.
What I really think we're looking at here is picking up our 5th guy here, though.
Mm-hmm. So just take the upside.
Rasheed Rice or Jalen Hyatt?
Yeah, I'm thinking. And I don't know why, but I'm really liking Hyatt. That Chiefs offense still makes me nervous. It's always hard to bank on a wide receiver. Yeah, give me Hyatt.
You got it, man. Jalen Hyatt's the guy.
There you go, Ron. Be happy.
We can look at our 2nd tight end, I think, here, too. That's potentially an option. Or another running back. We really probably need another running back here. And there's a really interesting one on the board here. I really like Rashawn Johnson there.
Do you?
Yeah, could be the starter for the Bears. Could be our 4th one, too. Warren's interesting.
Tyler Algier's value just tanked right after the draft.
Agreed.
1
pick away. I think I'm going to go with Rashawn Johnson. What's your thoughts?
Okay. Yeah. And I know JJ really liked him too, our resident Bears fan.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he traded with me during the draft to go get him.
He did. He was trying to get that pick for me, but I kindly traded it to you. So Rashawn Johnson.
There it is. Okay, so we got.
EJ says, I see you got Goff there. I'm not a Laporta guy. No idea how it depends on the depth. Tight ends are usually tough to project. Yes, EJ, but they are missing Jameson Williams for the first 6 weeks, and there's not a lot to throw there, too. So could be a good option. And someone to look at the tight end position. So actually, I'd like to queue him up so we get a decent value for him. So let's go back and see if we can get that stack, because maybe we can get him later.
Yeah, Laporta, he should be down pretty far.
Yeah, I might be able to get him a lot later, but I don't want to forget about him.
I think you can just search him. Yeah,
ADP is at 174.
So it might just be a good. So we got 4 running backs, 5 wide receivers, a tight end, and 2 quarterbacks.
Yep.
All right.
Really need to look at QB and tight end. Let's see what our top options are.
Yeah.
So Laporta maybe later.
Kyler wouldn't be a terrible idea for the end of the season, possibly.
Yeah, damn. Disgusting, isn't it? Jordan Love's still there.
I mean,
Bryce Young's interesting to me.
Yes, Bryce Young's interesting. You still got Matt Stafford hanging on down there at the bottom
with a broken back. Broken back and net.
Yep.
That's someone with a lot of upside. Rashid Shaheed.
Yep.
He's a later pick, though. We want to get some value here. Any other tight ends you like, though? Because we definitely need another one.
Yeah. Dawson Knox. I mean, he's still the tight end 1 on that team. Gesicki with the Patriots. I feel like they signed him because they intend on using him.
I really like Irv Smith.
Yes, if he stays healthy, he was my breakout player last year, and just couldn't.
Any other tight ends you'd like me to queue up here?
No, I feel pretty good with those. Yeah.
EJ also said Marvin Jones is a late run flyer, could be a good pick. I agree with that. Marvin Jones, not Marvin Mims. Hello, Mims. Not that I've got a little bit of bias there. Could be a decent pick. Let's see what the board's shaking out over here. We're 3 or 4 picks away, but off the board in the last few picks after Rashawn Johnson was Nkwakamo, Greg Dulcich, which is a good pick there, Russell Wilson, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Juwan Johnson, Alec Pierce, Tyler Algier, Reed Mostert, Elijah Mitchell, KJ Osborne, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Matt Stafford, Romeo Doubs, Irv Smith, Kyler Murray.
So actually, 2 of the players we just talked about, Kyler and Irv Smith, go off. Irv Smith, stays healthy, tend to have that breakout. Kyler, if you're willing to stash and kind of suffer through the first couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Young, though, as a third quarterback, that could be a good idea.
Got to keep looking at the tight end here, though. There's definitely need another one.
Yeah, Dawson Knox, I don't hate.
We're on the clock, too. There's Higbee, Taysom Hill, Myers, Gerald Everett, Dawson Knox, Mike Gesicki, Sam Laporta. We could take Laporta here. You want to give it a shot?
Sure. If that gets you excited.
It does. We needed one. All right, where do you want to go in 4 picks?
I think Bryce Young, if he's there.
Okay. 4 picks away, so it's possible. We'll look at other spots, too. Young, Kenny Pickett's there, CJ Stroud, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Nico Collins goes. Adam Thielen.
1 pick away.
Michael Gallup.
Let's go Bryce Young. Pick that rookie up.
Let's do it. There it is.
EJ's over here crushing us with these picks. He goes, I'm not drafting Jones, but if you want to take him, I'm maxing this out too. Bub. So
all right, next one will be you. Where do you want to get more depth at wide receiver? Are you thinking? I mean, at this point, it's just pure upside, right?
Yeah, no, you're definitely wanting to take upside. So you're looking at, we have 4 picks left, so we got to round up this roster. Probably wide receivers, another running back, and a tight end. So
okay.
We're looking at. So let's queue up some upside.
See best available or most upside. So you got those 2 wide receivers queued up. Wan'Dale Robinson, he was the favorite for Daniel Jones last year, I think.
He was. I think we can queue him. Anything for our stack so we can build up for Lamar, Jared Goff, Bryce Young. Gotta have some Carolina Panthers in here, right? That kind of sucks. I wish we could have drafted the rookie for them.
Yeah.
That could have been interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much Panthers. John Michie's interesting. He's going to be healthy this year.
I do like Mechie. Definitely an interesting player.
He's been sitting on my Tatsy squad for a year.
EJ's liking our build. He says we're on pace for the 3-5-7-3 build.
Oh,
Which would be the 3 QBs, the 5 running backs, 7 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. I do think we need to stack some more wide receivers here, though. I do like the upside here of Jaden Reed, too. We're digging a little bit deep here, but I think he could be a good wide receiver for the Packers out of the slot. Nice little comfortable spot.
He was a boomer at one point and then kind of died out.
Mm-hmm.
Curtis Samuel's still there.
Marvin Jones will have his weeks once in a while, too. He'll have that week where he literally just breaks fantasy leagues by having just monstrous weeks, but it'll be once every 10 weeks.
I think I like Wan'Dale if he's available. I do think he was the favorite for Daniel Jones last season.
Mm-hmm.
There is something to be said for that rapport. Ezekiel Elliott comes off, Devin Singletary. There goes Curtis Samuel.
Once we got a tight end here too.
Dawson
Dawson Knox and Michael Mayers. I mean, we definitely do need a tight end, I think.
Dawson Knox would not be bad.
No. See what else is just a tight end. Hayden
Gesicki.
Hurst. Hayden Hurst would give us a stack. Tyler.
Hayden Hurst. Dalton Knox just went off.
So we'll cue him up.
Yeah, I'd cue Gesicki too if the Patriots start running some 2 tight end sets. Johnny Smith didn't really work out, but
You want Gesicki?
Zach Ertz is interesting.
Yeah, he is.
Hunter Henry,
Get a veteran on the team too. Although they have a very young tight end there who could be looking to extend that himself this year. So he kind of scares me. Like Gesicki's there. Very athletic tight end. Bill likes his athletic tight ends.
Then you just still got Hunter Henry, who's kind of been the tight end one the last couple of years.
Marvin Mims for Denver. I think he's going to kind of be buried though.
Yeah, but Sutton and Judy have a hard time staying healthy for the year.
Meshie's on our board, and I really like Meshie. I think I'm going to select him 3 picks from now if that's who we end up getting. He could be very good this year.
Okay, Wan'Dale Robinson goes. So, yeah, I support the Meshie pick.
Any other wide receivers up there that you're liking? I mean, I like Hodgins personally.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Josh Palmer, he's always one injury away to Williams or Keenan Allen from being right in the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, they got Quentin Johnson now too, so it's just another mouth.
And you are on the clock.
All right, we're going to go with John Mechie here.
All right. No auto pits.
No.
All right, so probably tight end, right?
Yeah, I think that would be the build. Or a wide receiver.
Then I'm going to lean. I think I'm thinking Zach Ertz or Mike Gesicki. What do you think?
This is your call, man. We're splitting this.
All right.
EJ says Ertz is dust, man.
Hey, I'll take a Patriots player. You don't have to push me to do it.
He thinks Hurst is the right call. Plus, we already have his QB for Bryce Young. How you feeling about Hurst, Ryan?
You like Hurst?
I do, but this is your pick.
Well, rookie QBs do like their tight ends.
And you got your top ones on the board are Mike Gesicki, Hayden Hurst, Tyler Conklin, Trey McBride, Isaiah Likely, Jake Ferguson.
Let's lean Hurst. Let's see if he gets sniped from us right here, and if not,
oh, absolutely, that's going to happen. You know how it works. This guy, although he's only got 1 QB though, so he may select another one too.
Goes Rondale Moore. All right, Hayden Hurst.
He's the boy. Plus, we got his QB, so he is off the board. We have 2 picks left, I believe.
All right, we do.
But I think we still have a little bit of a weak wide receiving core and need to fill it out.
All right,
you agree with me?
Yeah, let's look for some. Let's for some upside there for sure. Hunter Renfrow, still don't hate it. Isaiah Hodgins, you mentioned earlier.
Marvin Jones, I think, is a good last pick. Tillman, nah. Richie James for Kansas City. Allen Robinson for Pittsburgh.
Allen Robinson, he did so much with the Rams last year.
Yeah, he's definitely not on my board.
Corey Davis, it'll be interesting what Rodgers does with that.
Yeah, that's a lot of weapons. Keyshawn Boutte.
Yeah, the speed.
With New England.
Yep.
We'll cue him up for your team.
Probably be our return guy.
Probably. That's probably all he's going to do. Get really deep down this list. Mac Hollins.
Tutu Atwell. Barrios with Miami.
We're getting some nasty shit down this list. Things I want nothing to do with. Greg Dortch. The Dortch.
Isaiah McKenzie.
Antonio Brown. Oh, this is gross. I think we're off that, right?
Yeah.
Any running backs worth the value? He's interesting. Should Derrick Henry get hurt? Tajay Spears.
True.
We could go that route if none of the wide receivers have value here. There's also
Gus Edwards. I mean, that's always interesting.
I don't want to go that route, but
No.
There's Nathaniel Dell. He got 3rd round value for Houston.
Well, there goes Hodgins off the board.
Anyone else you want queued up that you see? I've already got Marvin Jones up there.
Nope, I think I'm good with that. Gesicki comes off the board.
It's people that we're looking at.
Oh, McBride if Cook gets traded or
That's true.
released.
Madison is He's talking about Alexander Madison,
Who went super early, in my opinion, but
Terrace Marshall. He's out there.
yeah, Richie James that signed with KC. Cordell Patterson still hanging out over there in Atlanta.
I wouldn't be picking him. Kareem Hunt hanging out in free agency land.
Yeah, that.
Josh Palmer. That's actually kind of interesting.
Well, Josh Palmer, yeah, he's, one injury away from Chase Claypool over in Chicago is interesting.
Ugh, I think that's gross, but I'll cue it for you.
It's honestly like probably Marvin Jones.
That's what I'm feeling. I want to finish my stack in that offense. Get more Jared Goff weapons. Not a lot going on there.
There goes Kareem Hunt. Kenneth Gainwell.
All right, we're on the clock. Is it Marvin Jones?
Yeah, go Marvin Jones.
All right, we got him. So who's going to be our Mr. Irrelevant, Ryan?
Let's see. What do we?
You got a pretty even stack. You can go anywhere
2
with this.
QBs, 4 running backs, 7 wide receivers.
Probably a running back.
Yeah, let's see what's over at running back.
Gus Edwards, Deuce Vaughn, Jerome Ford, Michael Carter, Pierre Strong, Joshua Kelly, Zamir White, Eric Ray, Cordell Patterson.
I might listen to our resident spectator there. Dwayne McBride is an interesting one. Zamir White, Josh Jacobs, if he went down.
What about? He's interesting. What about Evan Hall? That's another one I think should the starter with the Colts go down. Tavius Murray.
John Tucker from SU. We could go some homerism here.
I don't think we're going to do that. He went undrafted.
Yep.
That's telling right there.
Isaiah Spiller.
I think McBride might be the pick.
Yeah, just from a standpoint of, if something goes on with the whole Cook situation.
Mm-hmm. White's all right too.
Yeah, I'm good with White or McBride, I think.
I think Deuce Vaughn's too little. I don't think he's going to do anything there with the Cowboys.
Gus Edwards, I mean, it's...
Let's see what other people are doing with their Mr. Irrelevant on this board. We got James Robinson, Jerome Ford, Zach Ertz, Baker Mayfield, Mac Jones.
Well, Mac Jones is going to be a top 12 quarterback this year, so...
Is he now? Oh. Damn it, dude. Did we miss it again? It got auto-picked again? Oh my God, dude. I'm so terrible at these formats. Ertz it is, says EJ. Oh my God. Terrible. I hate
Joe,
that.
you're killing us with the auto pits.
I'm trying to pay attention to podcasts too.
All right, well,
we got auto draft twice.
It is what it is. Sorry, McBride. I tried.
Disgusting.
I tried, but Joe fell asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, and now we have 4 tight ends.
You know, though, tight end can be so hot and cold, so it could help to have that many just because you never know what week one's going to have a dud.
I think running back could have really helped in that spot, though. I mean, we got 4 and 4 pretty decent ones.
Yeah,
But,
can you scroll up to our running back situation again?
yeah, so our running back situation is Austin Eckler, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders, Roschon Johnson.
Yeah, I hate the Miles Sanders one, but it is what it is. But I think Eckler and Jones is a strong 1-2. So we'll see how that goes.
And EJ's over here, he says, honestly, not horrible. Your team is better than the guy to your left.
Hey, as long as we're not last, right?
Yeah, thanks for that, EJ. A
What's
few more of
the
these,
team
and we're going to
at?
be experts at it. Let's go see what his team is. The
AJ
guy to
Brown.
our left is AJ Brown. Go ahead. You were reading it.
AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Christian Watson, Jackson Smith and Njigba, George Pickens, David Montgomery, Zach Charbonnet, Dalton Kincaid.
I guess we don't need QBs.
Yeah, that is not ideal. Jarek McKinnon. Was his first running back Jahmyr Gibbs? Okonoku.
Yep, it was.
That's not ideal. Dalton Kincaid. Jordan Love, QB1. Chase Brown.
That is nasty.
Is he the same guy that drafted Matt Jones too?
Kenny
Nope,
Pickett,
Kenny
CJ
Pickett.
Stroud, Desmond Ritter, Baker Mayfield. Holy shit, he's got 5 QBs. Wow.
If you would just taken one a little bit earlier, he probably could have.
Rounded out that draft pretty well. It didn't look terrible from the start, but then he just slammed it at the bottom and went for
I don't.
young upside.
Should
Ouch, that
Gibbs
is
be
gross.
your first running back though? I don't know if I even love that one. I mean, AJ Brown as a wide receiver is obviously strong, but didn't really build on that very much.
I mean, even with a balanced build, though, we got a pretty decent roster here. Although I really do not like the Miles Sanders pick there in the 6th round. I would have liked a lot of other players in that spot.
Oh well, yeah. When you see George Pickens, Mike Evans, Lockett, Addison,
Like DeAndre Swift would have been better in that. Mike Evans, but
I would have liked Addison there.
yeah. But I don't think terrible for a test run there in the $3 million lineup. So we'll give you one little breakdown of the roster here really quick, and then we'll get out of here. Our team consists of Austin Eckler, Garrett Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Mike Williams, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders, Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnson, Pat Freiermuth, Jared Goff, Jalen Hyatt, Roschon Johnson, Sam Laporta, Bryce Young, John Mechie, Hayden Hurst, Marvin Jones, Zach Ertz. A $3 million winner. Ryan, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
I'm gonna go take out a bunch of loans because I'm gonna be able to pay them off in just a couple months. So
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
when you come to my house next, there's just gonna be random awesome stuff everywhere.
Yes, because that's what he's going to do with his $1.5 million, guys. All right, so best ball, definitely not my flavor all the time. Definitely EJ's flavor. Glad he's in the comments. They're helping us out with it, but it's fun to make you think on your feet. Definitely crumbled under the pressure. Ended up having to get auto pick, which sucks twice. Got to get a little bit faster on that, but at least we got a few more stacks here. It helps you kind of keep in the realm of the players that are going to be relevant going into the season. So go do a few of these. They're fun. Maybe you'll actually win something too. So, guys, if you like what you hear on Garbage Time Fantasy Football, make sure to like and subscribe to the show here on YouTube. We're also live on Twitch and Twitter. You can reach us at Garbage Time Fantasy Football on Instagram and Garbage_Time FF on Twitter. And we are at www.garbagetimeft.com where you can leave voice and hate mails. Ryan, anything you'd like to say to the heckling fandom before we get out of here?
Go Patriots. The Jets still suck.
Yeah, we're going to crush you this year. I hope we play you in week 1. Schedule comes out soon, guys, and we'll talk about that on the next fantasy football show. Have a great night.